Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome back to another episode of the Ryan Awesome Show. And we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw for January the 13th, 2025. So yeah, this is actually the aftermath of the Netflix debut. So last week I told you guys that Monday Night Raw from last week felt like a PLE, and it did. And so this episode of Raw, we're back to normal. Back to normal. No Rock, no John Cena. You know, Punk was there. Punk and Rollins were there, but they didn't have a match. But overall, man, it was a really good show. Really good show. Banger of matches, bro. Um, we had Penta made his debut. Finally makes his debut against Chad Gable, which was a great match too. And yeah, we gotten some answers, bro. We gotten some answers from Punk and Rollins. So a lot of people wanted to know what's gonna happen next with CM Punk and Seth Rollins after their match last week. And so we gotten some answers. They're gonna be in the Royal Rumble. And yeah, just like what I said, Penta made his debut. The crowd was super hyped for that. And the show ended early. It ended early tonight. I was expecting it to end at 10 o'clock, but it ended at 9:30. For me, it ended at 9:30. I'm in Central Time, so it ended at 9:30, which was great. Which was great. But yeah, this is the Monday Night Raw review on the Ryan Awesome Show for January the 13th, 2025. And if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel because I plan on doing this every single week. I was here last week. Last Monday was my first episode back. First episode of the Ryan Awesome Show back since 2022. And then we did Friday Night SmackDown. You guys showed up and showed out for that. And yeah, man, I plan on continuing doing this. So we started off the show. We were live in San Jose, California in the SAP Center. And so we saw a SUV. A SUV pulled up to the arena and the crowd started chanting CM Punk. So I guess they knew who it was, CM Punk. And CM Punk, he got out of the car and he was making his way to the ring. And so he came out to his music. Punk has said that he loves San Jose, California. And he gives a shout out to the firefighters in California. That's, the firefighters that's fighting these wildfires. He said that, I have a lot on my plate. And Seth Rollins, he's no longer on my plate because, he beat him last week. Punk, he had mentioned Cena at first without even mentioning him by doing the You Can't See Me. And then he actually mentioned John Cena, saying that, I see you, John Cena. I've always saw you. And so CM Punk, he declares himself in the Royal Rumble match. So Punk becomes the second person to enter this Royal Rumble match. And Punk said he's going to win the Rumble and he's going to go to the main event of WrestleMania. And so Punk has said, play my music, play my song. Seth Rollins' music had played and Punk was not happy. And so Punk was like, why couldn't Rhea Ripley interrupt me? And so Rollins came to the ring. He was dressed similar like me. He was kind of dressed similar as me. He had the black suit and the red shirt, but no red tie. I'm wearing a black tie. He's wearing a red tie. So we were dressed similar though. But the difference is the tie and the fact that his stuff was sequin suit. So yeah, Rollins, he came in the ring. He showed off his black eye. So he showed off the black eye from last week. And Rollins has said that last week was the worst loss ever. And he said that he underestimated CM Punk. And he said that he's going to take CM Punk's WrestleMania dream away from him by entering the Royal Rumble match. So Seth Rollins has officially entered the Royal Rumble. And so Drew McIntyre, his music hit. And so Drew came out. He called out Rollins for being a hypocrite. Because a while ago, Seth Rollins said, Roman needs to get out of power. Roman doesn't need any power. And so, I'm not going to help him get any power and all that stuff. And so Drew was like, yeah, you had the chance. You had the chance to get involved in that tribal combat match by, helping Solo, I guess. So Drew had called Seth Rollins selfish. You care about nobody else but yourself. Punk was getting sick and tired of these two. And he was like, Punk was like, I'm done. My patience with you two have ran out. Whichever one of you want to throw hands right now, I'm right here. I'm going to throw hands with both of y'all right here, right now, in the middle of this ring. And so, yeah, Drew, he had teased going into the ring. He marched down to the ring and he stopped. He was like, you think I'm going to go in this ring and throw hands with you guys? No, not in San Jose, California. And so Drew has said, you guys are missing the point. Roman Reigns is the problem. You know, Roman Reigns, he's playing chess while the rest of you idiots are playing checkers. And he was like, you know, I want my hands on a championship before Roman Reigns get his hands on the championship. And how do I do it? By entering a Royal Rumble match. So Drew McIntyre has declared himself in a Royal Rumble match. So yeah, and that was it, man. So just like what I said before, we have some huge names in this match, this Royal Rumble match. John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Michael Cole had mentioned LA Knight. I never heard LA Knight mention it, the Royal Rumble match, but why wouldn't anybody declare themselves in the Rumble? But yeah, and then Drew McIntyre is in the match. And yeah, so earlier I said that we finally got some answers with Punk and Rollins, right? And their match last week, I thought, you know, it's not the end. It's not the end with Punk and Rollins. So what I would do, yeah, since Punk and Rollins going to be in a Rumble, I would have Rollins eliminate Punk, you know, for payback, right? And then eventually they're going to have another match and stuff. So something's going to happen in that Rumble match to where they both get a rematch. I don't know when the rematch is going to happen, whether it's at the next pay-per-view, Elimination Chamber, or WrestleMania. Who knows? But Rollins needs to eliminate Punk just to get his payback. Really good opener. Chad Gable was on his way to the ring because he has a match. And so Gable, he has said, I don't suck. You know, because the people, they channel on "You Suck" to Chad Gable's music, just like how the people did with Kurt Angle with the "You Suck." And I'm telling you guys, I know this is off topic, but Chad Gable should have been Kurt Angle's son instead of Jason Jordan. I'm just saying, because Chad, he looks exactly like Kurt. But they picked Jason Jordan because of a stupid joke. That's the whole reason. But in my opinion, that's the whole reason. But yeah, back to Gable. So yeah, Gable has said that this version of himself is the best version. And so Gable, he started bragging about taking Otis out and breaking his ankle. And Gable has said, mark my words, in 2025, I will be a singles champion. And I hope so. And Gable has said that, you know, he was made in the USA. And so we had Chad Gable versus Penta. Penta, the former Pentagon Jr., former AEW star Penta. And so, yeah, the music, yeah, Penta has new music, of course. Well, duh. He just debuted in the company. So they showed a little girl in the crowd. She was crying tears of joy. I was guessing that was his daughter, a family member of Penta. And so, yeah, this was a great match, man. A really great match. And great, we had a lot of great back and forth in the beginning. And Penta, the story that they were telling in this match was Penta's leg, you know, because Chad Gable's submission move is the ankle lock. So the leg was focused on the entire match, where there was an overhead belly to belly suplex in the corner to Penta, and Penta landed right on his head. Yeah, Penta hit a Canadian destroyer, and which he called a Mexican destroyer. And I was shocked. I was shocked that we saw that move in a WWE ring. When is the last time we saw a Canadian destroyer in the middle of a WWE ring? I don't even remember, man. I really don't remember. But yeah, I was really shocked to see it. And so yeah, Gable had locked in the ankle lock on Penta. And then Penta fought out of it, right? And then he went for his arm break. The move where he'll lock the other arm in a hammerlock, and he'll grab the other arm and he'll just bend backwards just to break it. And he calls it the sacrifice. So he did that move to Gable, and he followed that up with the Penta driver to win the match. So after the match, Jackie Redmond, she was in the ring. She congratulated Penta on his win and welcome him to the WWE. And so Penta says that this is my new home, and he's been waiting for this moment. And he started speaking in Spanish. I didn't understand a word he said in Spanish. I could speak a little Spanish, but I didn't understand anything that he said, but the crowd had popped for it, right? So he has said that this is the Penta new era. And then he ended off with Cero Miedo. And so that was pretty much it with that. Man, Penta is WWE. Penta is WWE. Great showing in his first match in WWE against Chad Gable. Hopefully he does wonders in WWE. The Judgment Day, it was Finn Balor. Finn Balor was backstage. He was talking to JD and Carlito. And then Liv and Raquel had showed up. And so Liv had thought that Balor was talking about her. And so Finn had said, I was just telling the guys that, you know, you're going to be a champion really, really soon. He just started smiling sarcastically. Like, yeah, you're going to be champion really, really soon. And so Liv has said that the Liv Morgan revenge tour wasn't just about being a champion. It was about taking something away from Rhea Ripley that she'll never get back. And so Dominic had showed up. He had flowers, right? You know, the reason why he brought flowers is because he's in a doghouse for what he did last week, trying to give Rhea Ripley a hug. And Rhea Ripley just kicked him straight in the balls. So, yeah, Dominic has, you know, asked Liv, are you still mad and stuff? And Liv was like, no, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. She's really mad. So, yeah, Liv, she just started bossing Dominic around, telling her to go get her bags and all that stuff and get the valet ready at the end of the night. And Dom has said, you know, Liv had left, right? And so Dom had told Finn and the rest of the Judgment Day, I don't think she's mad at all. And so Finn just started laughing like, dude, you don't know anything about women. Of course she was mad, dude. And so, yeah, Finn, he has said that he's going to put an end to Damian Priest tonight in their street fight. Oh, yeah, Finn Balor also said that he's going to get his tag team championships back. And so JD has said, I'm going to go up to Pierce and say exactly what you said. And I'm gonna get this rematch. We're going to get this rematch against the War Raiders for our tag team titles. And so, yeah, they left. JD and Carlito left. And Dominic had asked Finn, are you sure? Are you sure you don't need me out there for tonight? And then Finn has said, Dom, you just stay in the back and focus on trying to get out the doghouse. So, yeah, we didn't see Dominic for the rest of the night. Kathy Kelly, she was backstage. She interviews Pure Fusion Collective, or PFC. That's on Zoe Stark, Sonya Deville, and Shayna Baszler. Oh, yeah, they showed a video of what Pure Fusion Collective had did to Kairi Sane by slamming her arm in a production crate. And she was crying and screaming. Sonya has said, what we did to Kairi Sane is the same thing that's going to happen to anybody that steps in our way. And they talked about the transfer window and all that stuff. Still haven't gotten any moves yet with this transfer window. Zoe, she has said, whoever wins this, whoever becomes the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion, I'm just here to let you know that I have first dibs on it. After that, we had Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. This match was a fight right here, man. Michael Cole on commentary, he has said whoever wins this match could potentially be a contender for Braun Breaker's Intercontinental Championship. And that was the case. It was actually the case. And so, yeah, this was a great match. Great fight, bro. They beat the crap out of each other, bro. When you in the ring with Sheamus, bro, when you're in the ring with Sheamus, you can expect a fight. Kaiser, he gave Sheamus kick after kick after kick, and Sheamus, he ate them kicks, bro. And these were brutal kicks, too. And Sheamus, he ate all of those kicks. And so Kaiser, he tried using the shillelagh, but Sheamus had caught him with a knee strike. And then Kaiser was going for the bro kick. And then Sheamus ended up hitting the bro kick on Kaiser to win the match. And so after the match, Sheamus, he was celebrating his win with Pat McAfee, who was on commentary. And then Braun Breaker was in the crowd, right? And so Sheamus had gotten Braun facing, so they were face to face, talking trash to each other. And then Braun Breaker just shoved Sheamus. And so you had the referee just, holding these two back. We're backstage. Rollins and McIntyre, the match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre is made for next week. Rollins has said that, he owes Drew McIntyre one, because Drew had beat him at WrestleMania. And so, he wants his revenge against Drew. So Sami has showed up backstage and asked Seth if he ever wants to talk, I'm here and all that stuff. And so Seth Rollins, he's still upset at Sami Zayn for helping out Roman Reigns and all that stuff. And he just told him like, hey, you need to think about helping yourself out before helping out Roman Reigns. We had JD McDonough and Carlito. They were out in the open. So they were with Jackie Redmond. So Jackie Redmond, she had asked about tensions in the Judgment Day. JD and Carlito, they were antagonizing Jackie Redmond. They were thinking, they was like, why are you booing? Because the crowd was booing them. And so Carlito and JD was like, why are you booing this lady and stuff? Oh, Jackie had asked about Dominic Mysterio being in a doghouse. They were continuing antagonizing Jackie, and then, Carlito had said that the Judgment Day is the most dominant faction in WWE. And Finn Balor would put an end to Damian Priest. We had Karrion Kross and The Miz. They were backstage. Kross has said that the Wyatt Six, they're going to SmackDown, right? So I'm thinking this is the first official move with this transfer window, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the Wyatt Six are going to SmackDown. And the last match that they had, they were against the Final Testament, and they lost to the Final Testament. Right? So, yeah. Yeah, that was weird. We usually don't see the Wyatt Six on Raw. So what the hell are they going to do on SmackDown is I don't even know. Sami Zayn has showed up backstage. He had asked Kross and Miz, is Adam Pearce in the office, and Kross had said, go ahead, go into the office. And so, Kross was talking about Sami Zayn, and then Miz had mentioned, made fun that Sami Zayn has never been a world champion on the main roster. Sami has said, you know what, I'm going to talk to Pearce right now, and I'm going to see if I can get a match with you, since you like to run your mouth a lot. And so Miz had told Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn, we have a problem with Sami Zayn. And then Kross was like, that's a you problem, my dude. Gunther, the world heavyweight champion. And Gunther, he was talking about, everybody talking about this tribal combat match and the Ula Fala and, all these other people. Who cares, man? My world heavyweight championship is the only prize in WWE. And so Jey Uso, his music had hit. And yeah, Jey came out. He started yeeting, of course. And so Jey Uso, he challenged Gunther to a world championship match at Saturday night's main event. And so Gunther, he said, it's fine with me. All right, you can have your match at Saturday night's main event. But he advised Jey Uso to stay out of a championship business. And so Gunther, he has said, when I was the Intercontinental champion, the longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time, I beaten you twice. So what makes you think that you're going to beat me for this World Heavyweight Championship? And so Gunther, he has said that on Saturday night's main event, he's going to expose Jey Uso for what he really is, a talented tag team wrestler. I was like, damn. And so Gunther had told Jey that main event is just a nickname for you, but main event for me is a place where I belong. And so Jey has said, that's true. And Jey has said, people like you and everybody else have doubted me my entire career, yada, yada, yada. And I will continue to prove these people wrong. I will continue to prove you wrong. I'll continue to prove everybody who ever doubted me wrong. It's pretty much what he said. I'm paraphrasing it. And so Jey Uso said, after Saturday night's main event, when I become the world heavyweight champion, you will respect me. And that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it. And while Jey was saying this the whole time, Gunther had that smirk on his face. That's the one thing I like about him, man. Is that smirk, the smirk on his face. He could get you riled up, and then while you riled up, you just had that smirk on his face. And so that was pretty much it. Jey Uso is not beating Gunther for the world championship. Kathy Kelly, she interviewed Bayley. Bayley was in the crowd. And so Bayley is from San Jose, California. And so she had a reaction. She had a pop. And Bayley has said that she's excited to see Lyra and Dakota Kai tear it up tonight. And so Kathy Kelly had mentioned Michael Cole. And so Bayley had called Michael Cole an idiot and tells Michael Cole that she better speak good about her. And then Bayley had got the crowd to chant to Michael Cole, you're an idiot. Michael Cole is an idiot. And so that was pretty much it with that. And then we got into the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament Finals. So whoever won this match will be the first ever Women's Intercontinental Champion. And it was Lyra Valkyria versus Dakota Kai. So Dakota Kai has new theme music. And the theme music sounds better than her old one. I'll tell you that much. This spot was the most brutal spot in the match. Lyra, she had gave a suplex off the ring apron. He grabbed Dakota Kai in the suplex position and she just fell down with the suplex on the floor, and you heard a splat because they went splat. Everybody heard it. So yeah, Dakota Kai hit her chiropractor. Her chiropractor moved to Lyra, a move that she should use as a finishing move, because that looked brutal, man. Because it looks more brutal than her go to kick finishing move. Yeah, at one point, Lyra, she had kicked Dakota Kai in her face, kicked a square in her face. And then she had the diving scissor kick to Kai. And then we had a draping stomp to Lyra, followed up by the GTK to Lyra. And then Lyra had rolled out the ring. And then Kai, we brought the action back into the ring. Kai went for a corner kick, but Lyra had dodged it and gave Kai, it looked like a zigzag to Kai. And then to end the match, we had the Nightwing to Kai to win the match. So therefore, Lyra Valkyria wins the match and is the first ever women's Intercontinental champion. And so that was pretty much it. I was expecting her to win this match too. I was fine either way. Whoever won, they deserved it. So we had the New Day. They were backstage with Kathy Kelly, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston. Kathy Kelly had asked Woods and Kofi, when will we see you guys in the ring? And then Woods was like, oh, now you want to ask us a question. Out of all this time, we've been trying to get our thoughts out. We try to get our words out. Now you want to ask me a question? You want to ask us a question? Next week, you're going to see us in the ring. And so I thought they were going up against the LWO. They said that, New Day will be in the ring next week, but they didn't say against who. So I'm guessing it should have been the LWO. And so Woods and Kofi, they said, be careful for what you wish for. And Kathy had another question for Woods and Kofi. And then Woods had said, oh, sorry, we ran out of time. We're out of time. The same way that the interviewer did with Woods and Kofi by saying, oh, we're out of time. So they threw it back in her face. So we had this next match. It was The Miz versus Sami Zayn. And this was nothing more than a tune-up match for Sami. Miz went for his corner clothesline, but Sami had moved out of the way and hit his haluva kick, followed up by the Blue Thunder Bomb to win the match. And that haluva kick was loud too. You heard it. And he finished it. He finished the match with a Blue Thunder Bomb. And so, yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised they used the Blue Thunder Bomb as a finish. So with the Blue Thunder Bomb, I don't think he ever won the match with a Blue Thunder Bomb. He hit the move, but he never won the match with it. But yeah, it was a great follow-up. They had it backwards before. But I like the Blue Thunder Bomb finish. Rhea Ripley, the new women's world champion. She's on her way to the ring. Rhea had said, "Mommy's back on top." And then Nia Jax music had hit. She came out. She was talking about the transfer window with Adam Pearce. Nia Jax, she was booed. She was booed just like Hulk Hogan was booed on last week's episode. So yeah, Nia says that she's gonna be winning the Royal Rumble, and she's gonna take the title, whichever title, she's gonna take it. Nia, she started talking about Tiffany Stratton and Bayley and Rhea Ripley. I didn't even know Bayley was still out there, but Nia had targeted Bayley. Talk crap about Bayley in her hometown. Nia has says that she's the only one on top. Nia, she kept antagonizing Bayley, and so Bayley hopped over the barricade and got in the ring and got in Nia Jax's face. And then Bayley had called Nia a big, stupid idiot. And so Nia had shoved Bayley, knocked her right on her backside. And then Nia and Rhea, they started brawling. And then Bayley got back up and she had caught Nia with a knee strike in her face. And then Bayley and Rhea, they had took out Nia. I'm guessing Nia Jax is moving to Raw now. Jackie Redmond, she was with Rey Mysterio before the main event. She had asked about Penta, right? She had asked Rey Mysterio about Penta, which is a potential match right now, right there. But Rey has said that Penta proved to everyone why he belongs here in WWE. And Jackie Redmond had asked Rey Mysterio about the New Day, who he's currently feuding with. And Rey has said that Big E deserves respect. But as far as Woods and Kofi, I'm going to beat some respect into them. And so we ended off with that. It's going to be Braun Breaker versus Sheamus at Saturday night's main event on January the 25th. And then we have the World Heavyweight Championship match, Jey Uso versus the Ring General Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then for next week for Raw, we have the New Day. They're in action next week. JBL is going to be on the show next Monday. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, their WrestleMania rematch for next week. And so those are all the announcements for Saturday night's main event and next week's Raw. And so for the main event, we had Damian Priest versus Finn Balor in a street fight. And so during Finn Balor's entrance, he showed up right behind Priest and just started whipping him with that kendo stick. And so they fought in the crowd, and then we had a Falcon's arrow to Balor from the barricade through the tables. And so from there, Finn Balor was out. And I thought that was the end of the match because they had Finn Balor. He wasn't moving at all, dude. He wasn't moving at all. And so they loaded him up on a stretcher with a neck brace on. And they buckled him up and everything. And so it felt like the crowd was quiet for that part because they thought it was serious. I thought it was serious. But when I saw a Priest ran up on the stage, he took out JD and took out Carlito, I was saying, oh, he's not really hurt. And so he beat up Finn Balor while he was strapped on that stretcher with the neck brace on. So he started beating him up. He can't defend himself at all. And so he pushed the stretcher. He pushed the stretcher, and Finn Balor went rolling down the ring, the ramp, right? And so the stretcher had hit the ring. He fell off the stretcher, and he just rolled in the ring. And so Carlito and JD came in and started beating up Priest. And then the War Raiders had came out and they cleared out JD and Carlito. And then so Balor just started whipping Priest with the chair. Finn Balor at one point he recovered and he hit the coup de grace to Priest through the table that was outside the ring, and that looked brutal too. Priest had put Balor through a barricade, and then Priest had hit the razor's edge to Balor through the table that was outside the ring too. So they had two tables outside the ring. Finn Balor put Priest through one table and Priest put Balor through the other table. And so, yeah, and to end the match, we had Priest, before he could hit the South of Heaven, he had said to Balor, "I'm not my brother's keeper." And so he gave him the South of Heaven, finished the Balor to win the match. And so Priest wins the match, and the feud is finally over. Priest can finally move on. What does he move on to? I don't know. I don't think he should go after Gunther because he already lost to Gunther. Maybe the IC title. Or they could move him to SmackDown. I would say a Braun Breaker and a Damian Priest match should be really good. So I think he should probably go after the IC title. But just like what I said before, I thought Balor was actually hurt. I thought he was actually hurt. But this was a really good main event. Really good main event. Overall, really good show. Better show this week than last week. Just like what I said earlier, it felt like a normal show. We're back to normal. We had the Penta debut. And yeah, that was it. And the show ended early too, so that was another plus. But yep, that's it. That's it with the review for Monday Night Raw for January the 13th, 2025 on The Ryan Awesome Show. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel because I'm here each and every single week. I was here for Monday Night Raw last week, and I was here for Friday Night SmackDown. And thank you guys for showing up on those shows, showing up and showing out like always. And yeah, if you guys missed anything, if you missed my SmackDown review, the link is going to be in the description. And once again, guys, thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you. And I'll see you guys for Friday Night SmackDown. And yeah, Solo Sikoa is going to be on SmackDown. So I'll see you guys on SmackDown. And yeah, thank you for the love and support as always. Thank you. And this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. My awesome ones. And that's that. See you later, guys.